to see you together.
Background. Look at your beautiful painting and your flowers. Very well done.
My few flowers.
It's awesome.
It's so nice to like see you together. I'm so used to seeing everybody on Zoom, you know, all separately. So
I know.
that feels so
the
nice.
plexiglass in between us. You just can't see it.
Are you on set?
Yes.
That's why we're allowed to be in this.
Yeah.
But the minute we're offset, we go back to wearing masks. We're you know, we fall in line with all the other protocols. But because we're able to act across from each other, that's why we're allowed to be in this together at this.
Wow. Congratulations on season 2.
Thank you. Thank you.
With all of this going on, did you even get to celebrate season 2?
Well, I mean, you know, not in the way that we probably would have, but we all still feel very fortunate that we're actually in this position to be able to work and to be able to you know, do what we do every day and really not miss a step since we started in September. We've been very tight with our protocol and we've been able to remain working, which is not the case for a lot of productions, just because, you know, it's hard to remain locked down as much as we are, but I think we're doing a great job and we're, like I said, we feel fortunate.
So how is it? Talk me through how you film on set, like with the testing, the masks. How's that all working?
Yeah, I mean, we test 3 times a week, and so does the crew, who is the main crew who's with us every day. And we, you know, we get our hair and makeup done separately now. It used to be kind of a communal trailer. Everybody see each other. We eat breakfast in there. Now it's very much hair separate, makeup separate. I don't see anybody in the morning. He doesn't see anybody in the morning. The kid, we basically don't see anybody
until we get to set. Everyone has a mask on until we get to set. And then once everything is cleared, only the cast is allowed to take their mask off. We do our work. The minute the camera's cut, we go back to being, you know, masked up, as they say, and then we move on. But our crew is anybody who comes into contact with us while we're not wearing our masks. Obviously, social distance, as well as being with a mask and a shield. Basically, you know, to remain as safe as possible.
Wow, so much work to make this happen, huh?
Yeah, and grateful that, you know, we're being kept safe and feeling safe.
Feel safe?
Yeah, I do. I feel like you know, we're putting a lot of trust in each other at this point, and we're putting a lot of trust, especially in our cast members, because we're the most exposed to each other. And so I trust that my castmates are doing the right things, which I know that they are. And so that when we come to work, we can actually do the thing that we're here to do, which is make a show and make it to the best of our ability.
And Paul, before you started filming in September, how were you and your family doing just in general with all of this going on?
We were pretty good, actually. We were fortunate enough to have an RV, and basically we loaded our family onto this RV, and that was our quarantine bubble. We got out of LA. My brother has some property in Idaho, and we spent a lot of time on his property. Just my family on this little RV. Well, it's not little. But
no, it's not.
But it was, you know, it's obviously big enough to house the 6 of us, and we just got out of the state and got away, and we felt safer being away from population.
Beautiful. Oh, but it was beautiful out there.
Yeah, it still allowed the kids to have some sort of normalcy, to just be outdoors. You know, a lot of fishing and a lot of river activities, and we brought our motorcycles and our bikes, and it was just us, and we weren't around anyone. So we were fortunate enough to do that.
Tika, how about you? Have you and your family found any kind of silver lining in all of this?
Yeah, I actually love my fiance. So I think yes, I think a lot of people are figuring out if they actually really enjoy being with their partner.
That is very true.
And so I figured out I do. And yeah, I mean, I think it just allowed our tiny, little pod of people, which is only my daughter and him, to really just, enjoy our home, enjoy each other, play games. My daughter knows how to play war with cards now, like, which I'm like, I don't know what 4-year-old knows how to play war. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just given us time to really see each other, because I think we jump around from this thing to that thing to running all over the place. And I think real conversations were had, and just great movies were watched, and great shows were binged. And I don't know, I just feel like we never get that time. So the silver lining in it all is actually being able to be still and be with the people that I love the most.
Well said. That's perfect. I think that's how a lot of us are feeling. So let's talk about the show. Tell me about this season. What can we expect to see in season 2?
I just think you're going to see a bit of an evolution of our characters, having lived a full year off the commune, and still smack dab in the middle of the 80s with all the commercialism and the materialism, and there's obviously an evolution with my character, kind of cleaning up a little bit, kind of falling in step a little bit more with society. Won't completely conform, but I got a job, got a haircut. And you'll see that as well with the other characters, and some of the storylines.
Tika, what's Alicia up to this season?
Well, she's a partner now, and I think she's really enjoying the flavors of like the 80s, which is, clothes and all the things that she kind of pushed out the way of, like, again, materialism, find money, all the things that they didn't necessarily hold as the thing to strive for. She's kind of, I think you're seeing her evolve as a woman who is a leader in the 80s and wanting to be her own person. And so I think the evolution of how does this work, and how do you balance that with still trying to teach your kids, certain things that we've learned on the commune about sharing and giving and all these great things. How do you mix that with, like, self, I think.
Mark, Paul, congratulations on the Saved by the Bell reboot. Was it fun to be back with the old gang?
It was fun to be back with them. It was under some trying times. We finished filming that in August, and so we were, right in smack during the pandemic. We were one of the first productions to go back to work with these new protocols in place. So it wasn't quite the reunion that we would have liked, where everyone was sort of hanging out together on set, because like we said, the minute we stop filming, we get escorted back to our trailers, and we're masked up, but it was fun to see them regardless. And I think the product speaks for itself. It's a really well done show. Such talented people were involved. Looking forward to hopefully seeing them again next year.
Tika, I wanted to ask you something about, you posted you were happy that Will Smith and Janet buried the hatchet. Tell me about that, and tell me about your friendship and how you know Janet.
Janet played my mom on one of my first jobs I ever had, which was on One Life to Live. That was my first 4-year contract, and I no longer had to be a waitress anymore. And so, and she played my mom, and when she showed up on set, I'm like, oh my God, that's Janet Hubert. That's, Fresh Prince. And I was just enamored, but I just wanted to, like, sit at her feet and just listen to everything. And, she was fantastic to work with. And I think for me, I could feel some of the when we would talk, some of the pain, and some of the hurt from her past. And I'm just so happy that peace is on all fronts, you know what I mean? And that she's, working again, and, that she's being her fabulous self, because she's so talented. But not only that, she's just a good human. And it's just two great people, Will and Janet, burying the hatchet. And I'm excited that life has moved on for both of them. And I cried tears of joy when I watched it.
It was very emotional, wasn't it?
It was.
Such a special moment. Well, guys, thank you so much. Congratulations on the show. Thank you for doing this to entertain us at home, because we all need some light in our lives right now, don't we? So
we do. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.